What's up, YouTube? Frank from TGS Trades here. I'm with Anthony Zhous. Tell us what you did today.
I got 15th at NATS today, Yu-Gi-Oh! NATS, National for Yu-Gi-Oh! NAWCQ 2017.
Oh wow, you make it sound impressive.
Oh, it is impressive. Are you kidding me? I'm an irrelevant guy.
You're quick shout out to Alex over here, the light guy.
Yeah,
we're out.
Shout out to TGS Fridays.
Shout out to TG on the hood of the car outside after the event.
Get out here, fly.
All right, so what did you play today?
I played pure Zoodiac.
Best deck, right?
Best, 100% best deck.
Despite the winner, it's the best deck.
Ooh, yeah.
No, Maxi's the best deck.
Oh, yeah.
Maxi's the best.
Honestly, one-ups, baby.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Shout out to
All right, so what was your pricing for today?
I got a Kaiser.
Let's see that. Show it off for
Kaiser.
everyone.
I got a full set of Macker, which is basically just Ash and Diagram.
Right.
And, you know, the goons. 6 packs of TDIL.
Cool.
And Rate, Inav, and Macker again. So hopefully more
cool.
Macker.
Pretty cool stuff. And the mat, right?
Yep, and the mat.
Excellent. All right, let's get right into this.
All right, so...
Well, show us the spicy stuff.
Ooh, you thought there was
Ooh,
spice.
we thought.
Yeah, honestly, so for the monsters, you played 3 Whiptail.
Turn around real quick.
Because Whiptail... Oh, turn around.
Yeah, turn around. Show people want to see.
3 Whiptail, like this is standard. 3 Thoroughblade, like the draw is so good.
Zoo
like,
cards
honestly,
are good.
Oh, Zoo card's good. The Rat Barrage line, you get a draw 2, and the Thoroughblade discarding the Ram is just so clutch. And even, I think, Tanky, Rat or Thoroughblade, and Barrage, you get a draw 4 with like these 3 Thoroughblade cycled, so that's
cool,
like busted
cool.
as hell. 2 Rat, of course.
Yep.
Wait, what's
well, that's a Ram.
Ooh, you thought.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We only
also,
play 1 Rat.
Normally the Rat's actually super risky because there's a lot of times where you either open like no extenders and a lot of monsters, and you just have to shotgun the Rat effect. Because if you don't end on Trident Ram or just absolutely set up your grave, you're gonna lose the game anyway. Because a lot of the decks this format, if they don't have an answer to Trident, which they generally do like 90% of the time, they're losing anyway. So you have to shotgun the effect to set up your like later turns. And then 2 Ram, of course, Ram's the boy.
The boy.
It like beats the Paleo matchup. It just beats board clears. It's the nuts.
It's good.
And then a lot of people weren't playing this, but 3 Ghost Ogre.
Yeah, that card's still good.
I feel like Ghost Ogre, a lot of people didn't like because it loses really hard to like Shuffle Reborn because that's an extender. My Body. But when you're trading a Ghost Ogre for My Body, that's really good because My Body essentially functions as a trap that either outs your Trident or stop your board clear, which stops you from advancing your plays. So if you're going 1 for 1, that's still not bad because if you don't have the additional out to Trident in your deck going second, you're probably not winning the game.
Fair enough.
And then I drew this like it was my job. Like I
wow,
am
good card.
Wait, how many die rolls did you win?
Ooh, we won 80% out of 15 rounds we played. We won 12 die rolls.
Oh, well, that's actually...
And that was completely skilled.
Nice format.
Dude.
Wow.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
But yeah, I drew this like it was my job. Busted card. Probably should go to 0. Fuck this card.
3 or 0.
Oh, baby. So then for the spells, of course, we played 3 Barrage.
The card's okay.
Oh, very okay. I'd rather play Baby Dragon. 3 Tanky, just very standard. A lot of times, actually, for Tanky, when you make the read on your opponent, if they like Desires first and then Tanky, you can always like Trident pop their Tanky, and a good amount of times they won't have a monster.
Okay.
Or when they like Tanky and they like pick up their deck really quick. But if you make the read on their face, there's like a good amount of times.
Face.
The Tanky face is real, dude.
Face.
But yeah, if they make like the Tanky face and you pop their Tanky and they just have no monsters to play, you just like win the game straight up.
Cool.
And 2 Econ, best card. This card you always want to see going second. Going first, it's not bad. It's good out to Flying Sea, and unless they have the extender, because this beats My Body in a sense as an extender, it beats Shuffle Reborn. It loses the Barrage kind of hard, but this also stops their turn, and if they Econ you and then you flip D-Berry on them, it was just like, ooh, that's a sick neg.
Ooh.
So this is a fantastic card. Board clears, always maxing out on board clears. Beats Rogue, beats True Draco going second is pretty nice. Even if they Dynamite in return, the return back Dynamite won't be able to plus more, and it's great against Zhou going second because a lot of people, even though they make the Ram play, a lot of people like ending Trident Emerald, which I personally think is incorrect because you just lose too hard to these kind of cards. Board clears.
Makes sense.
And 3 Shuffle Reborn. A lot of people are playing 2, and I just think that's absolutely incorrect, because 3 Shuffle Reborn, oh my gosh, this card is so good. It sets up an out to Flying Sea. It's like, it beats Strike, which before this card was kind of discovered, a lot of times it's like, ooh, if they have Strike, I just lose. Like, I can't play the game. So this Shuffle Reborn is really good. And the Shuffle to draw a card is really clutch sometimes, because sometimes they'll just be in a really bad position, you need a trap maybe, and then top deck the D barrier or something, and you're just like, yeah, we're not losing this game.
Drawing cards is good.
Drawing cards is fantastic. And then 2 desires, seeing this card or getting this card like resolved against you, you're just like, it's just insane. I was gonna play
Draw 2, yeah.
I was gonna play 3, but there's a lot of times where if you do more than 1 desires, you're left with like 6 cards left in deck, and you put on this weird clock where you're just like, I can't broad bowl because either I have no Zoo monsters left, or I'm just gonna get decked out, or all the cards left in my deck are irrelevant, and I have to win in 3 turns, or just like I'm done. And of course, my body, like this card, some people weren't playing it. I don't know. I feel like this card is just too important not to run. It's really degenerate when you like my body and they my body back, and it's sad, but this is like one of those necessary evil things where you just have to play 3.
It's a good card.
And then the one-ofs, Slow Charge, Broken as Hell, Book of Moon. This was alright, I'm gonna be honest. I always sat it out going second because it's not that great against the Dryden. It doesn't really deal with the board. It kind of makes them not respond to you, which isn't great, but it's like alright. It's great against Flying Sea, so going first I keep it in. Like True Draco, it's not that good against because they can still tribute the monster, but this looks alright. This card is fucking nuts, oh my lord.
Yeah, everyone knows how good that is.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And then for traps, of course, Torrential. Torrential's really good going second because a lot of times when you draw Torrential, you're just like, I wasn't winning this game until I saw this card, and now you just win games you weren't supposed to. But going first, it's not that great because every Zoo monster you keep up going into your next turn is, in a sense, an extender because they have to answer that Zoo monster and your normal summon. So anything on top of your normal summon is just really good. And this, even though it deals with their summon, you're clearing your own board, so if they have a trap of their own, you don't have an extender anymore, and you're just kind of starting the game from scratch. And then, in terms of like, strikes and warnings, I played 1 warning, 1 strike. I don't know if this is correct, because I played a 42 card list, so like these were kind of 41 and 42. I felt like, even though I played like a lot of Thoroughblades and a lot of draw cards, all you draw into would be like Shuffle Reborns or Dark Holes or Raigekis, and cards that weren't, or Raigeki, and like cards that weren't really proactive going, or like defensive going first. So I felt like I had to play more traps, even though it went over 40. I feel like I drew into these relatively well enough such that it stopped their play, and a lot of the time, like, these were really good.
I can tell you that Platinum Warning was definitely wrong.
Oh, we were gonna play Erneste, and then we don't have Erneste. That is unfortunate. The combo, the one-of. Actually, really interesting with combo is, like, if you don't send combo with Rat, you kind of don't have access to this card, but when you do, it's the instances, even if you don't have a Ram set up, in the pure Zoo Mirror, if you are able to resolve a combo and they can't stop it, like, that just puts you so far ahead sometimes. And also, opening this card going second is really bad, but opening this card going first, there's a lot of mind games you can play if they, like, try to Thoroughblade over your Dryden, and then you can attach like a Whiptail, if it already had a Whiptail, something like that. And this card, like, actually I was gonna think of playing more, but then I was like, nah.
That's too wild.
Yeah, that's wild. And then, of course, this card just said, oh my gosh, this card's broken. Like, against True Draco, which I played surprisingly a lot of pure-wise, this card sucked, but every time you're playing Zoo Mirror, you 100% want to see this card. And this card basically just says, pass your turn, pass go, do not collect 200.
Yeah, anyone who didn't play that card was just wrong.
Yeah, actually.
Well, how many did you play last week?
Ooh, we were never playing Marcello's list. You kidding me? So, side deck-wise, these are mandatory. I think absolutely these 10 are mandatory. Flying Sea for the Zoo Mirror, 100%. Gamma Seal, 3 Ash, and 1 Order. So the Order is always going first. This card's degenerate. You, like, see this card and you win.
You like Vanities, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Ash. This card's really good against pure True Draco because even though I wasn't expecting it a lot, I played actually, I think, 5 or 4 rounds of it. And versus that deck, I actually like to go second. And this card just really stops their demise, their heritage draw 2. I wouldn't like Ash against the draw 1. Because I also wouldn't Ash Diagram sometimes because they're really not getting anything. They can make like a Dynamite like set 1. Then you can just Ash the Dynamite next turn. That's also not bad. But for the most part, this card is really good. I actually played against Kamal Crooks like round 8, and he was main decking Ash versus Pure Zoo, and he like destroyed me when he Ashed my like Barrage and he Ashed Desire. So I don't know if I should have mained this, because I'm actually thinking maybe correct it was to do 2 Ash, 2 Ghost Ogre, but I'm like iffy on that. And then Gamma Seal's card's nuts. Like, you go over the Dynamite. Because a lot of...
everything.
a lot of True Draco players are like a lot better, and they won't make Masterpiece. They'll make like Dynamite Trap or Maiden Trap that searches the Masterpiece so they can return the trap out, and you just like give them Turtle, and they kind of just lose the game.
Cool.
And then Flying Sea, this card's degenerate. Like, oh my lord, this card is kind of, I think, like the face of the format in a sense where the mentality of this format is kind of like you have to have the out. Like if I'm rat affecting turn 1, there's a lot of times where I'm like, if they don't have the Ghost Ogre, I win, but if they do, I just lose. It's like, so you better either have like the My Body, or you better have like the Barrage to out this, the Econ to out this, the book, and if not, like there's a lot of times where you just straight up win.
Cool.
And then I played Deflector. This card was super good. I actually twin twisted under my own Deflector once. That was a -2. That was awful. But other than that, some guy tried to like Heritage, like draw 2. I flipped Deflector. That was actually my top 16 match. I was like winning, and then he was gonna Heritage draw 2 or 3. I Deflector, and he just scooped it up. This card nuts against, especially nuts against the Pira Zoo Mirror though, because you can like protect your order, or if they Barrage or Tanky, you just flip Deflector and they just stop their turn. Because Barrage, Twin Twister, Tanky, Econ especially, that card is nuts in the Zoo Mirror. It just stops everything. And then I think, oh, this car hood, boozy. And then these cards, of course, 3 Twin Twister. I didn't like Cosmic Cyclone that much because in the best case scenario for Cosmic, you're like hitting the strike, which is like, it's not bad. But if you're ever Cosmicing D-Barrier, like that feels really bad. And even going second, because I still think 100% it's ideal to go second versus pure True Draco. So this card is better going second, even if they only have 1 set. You kind of want to just pop the return. Or even if they don't have 1 set, they Dynamite out 1 trap, and then you pop your second trap. So this card, I think, just better than Cosmic. And
Could have helped Roland.
Oh yeah,
And the finals,
roll it.
yeah.
Except the boy, he didn't make it.
Did not.
Extra deck, I think I kind of fucked up here by not playing Dweller, but these are the rank 4, just very standard. Definitely there should have been a Dweller here, because I definitely underestimated how many True Draco players there were, because I thought it'd just be pure Zoo all day. We got the Boozy Boys. These cards are like really good. You actually, a lot of times you want to like shuffle these back, prioritize these over like Chaka9 or Broad Bull, because you run like 2 or 3 of those, and the in-between is really good when you're trying to out something with like Whiptail or something, but these are actually just super clutch. More names are better. 3 Chaka9, this only really comes up in like the super grind game for Zoo, but if you don't have it, you'll lose. But I definitely think I should have cut this 3rd Chaka9 for Dweller, considering how many like True Draco cards, or players there were. 2 Tiger Mortar, very standard. This card is just like really good actually. Attaching a Whiptail is fantastic against freaking True Draco, and the Rat Barrage combo involves, it's just nuts. Great card. Oh, also lots of damage with this card. 3 Broad Bull, very standard. I think I'd keep the 3 and cut the 2 Chaka9. And 3 Dryden, just also very standard. Also, there's a lot of times where Dryden just games out of nowhere. If you Chaka9 like a Ram, and you set up a Whip earlier with like a Thoroughblade, or just have one in Grave, you like will swing 400 and then pop your own Ram, and then Dryden, or you'll Whiptail, and then attach Whiptail, and that represents a lot of damage. I think I was in time my top 64 match, and it was like turn 4 or something, and I gamed him from like 68, and it was just nuts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then we won that.
Cool.
So yeah, that's about it in terms of the deck trade.
All right. So, what were your any of your losses to?
My losses were, my first loss was to Kamal, like round 8. He was playing pure Zoo. Savage me with like the Ashes, very surprised. And the next loss was round 10 of day 1, so the last round. I was playing against pure Paleo, 60 card Paleo. He ashed me, or he grassed me game 1, and I'm just like,
ooh, feels bad.
That's savage. We win game 2 because, you know, like order is busted, and then game 3, he says, when he opens his hand, he says this exact quote. He says, "Come on, man. Like, I don't like this card. Why are you giving it to me?" And I'm thinking to myself, it's not a fucking joke, man. This is my Nats life. And he grasped me again, and I lost. And then going into day 2, we savage Faisal, because Faisal is Bakugo.
Shout out.
Shout out. And I beat Pure Zoo the next match. And then game 3, I played Zachariah Butler. He was playing that 60 card Minerva Sworn deck. Destroyed me. Oh my lord.
You're sweating.
I was sweating. So then I was X3. It was like, we were on the bubble. But my tiebreaker, the Paleo guy was second actually after Swiss. Kamal was 4th and Zach Butler was 19th, so I got in 55th. First round, top 64, I played Pure Zoo, that was a 2-0. I think I just opened Max C game 1, and then game 2, I just like savaged him. Top 32, I played Anderson. He was playing Pure True Draco. Got destroyed game 1. Game 2, I actually decked him out. He like desires into Demise, and then desired the next turn. He had 2 cards left in deck. I set a Ram. He swung over it. Thoroughblade, he swung over that, and the last card in my hand was another Ram, so he just decked out at 2 cards. And then I lost in top 16 to Kenny Wynn in the Pure Zoo mirror. I like game 1 he had it, like that was a loss, and then game 2 I took it, and then game 3 he like a normal summoned a monster, he flying seeded me, and I outed the flying seed with the Econ, and then my next turn he flying seeded me again. And then I lost after that, but then after the game he showed me like the 3rd flying seed in hand, and we were just never winning.
You were
that
never
game.
gonna win, yeah.
But run it, dude. Top 16 is still really
Top
good.
16 is great.
And yeah, I'm really happy with how I did today.
Cool. Any thoughts on the format before it comes to an end?
I think this format's actually, I thought it was kind of healthy going into this Nats, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it was skill that like got me here or like winning die rolls, but a lot of the time there are just like insta-win situations or insta-lose situations where like they have to have it or you have to have it. Like a lot of times I was like, okay, this Shuffle Reborn has to draw me like D-Barrier or I lose this game. And then like sometimes I did draw the D-Barrier, but when I didn't, I was just like, well, I lost this game. Or like if I'm playing around D-Barrier or like Warning and you just like plop the Dryden down on the Zoo monster, and it's like, okay, if it's Strike, like I just lost, but if it's D-Barrier, hopefully, then like you weren't losing. But for the most part, a lot of the times it's like if they have it, you're not winning, but if you have it, or if they don't have it, you were at least ahead for the most part.
Fair enough. All right, guys, that'll conclude the deck profile. Thank you, Anthony, for giving the profile.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks for the any shout-outs you want to give out?
Shout-outs
Quick ones,
to,
let's go.
Okay,
rapid fire.
to Team Harambe, of course, especially Rob Audino, the man's the boy. Oh, also shout out to Roland after 4-0ing him the Lofty, got second in Nats, that bastard. Shout outs to Alex with the light. Shout outs to everyone I played today. Shout out to Socks because his name is Socks. That's a funny name. Shout out to Ryle because he thought he sold me barrages, but I never bought barrages from that guy. Oh my lord. And shout out to Andy Zhou and shout out to Chris Nye for the Coffee Express. And shout out to TGI Fridays for letting us use the parking lot.
Absolutely. Well, guys, hope you liked the profile. Make sure you like the video, comment if you want to ask questions, subscribe to the channel, check back regularly. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.